Your journey to self-esteem will require that you gain many skills, one of which is the practice of self-assertiveness. Self-assertiveness is the interrupting and contributing voice that you give to this world. Honoring your wants, needs, and values, and seeking their physical manifestation in reality is every man and woman's right. When you assert yourself, you claim your existence proudly. You unapologetically interject and set your ideas free. The inability to exercise self-assertiveness results in deception, whether knowingly or unknowingly. You change yourself inwardly when this happens. You unconsciously confirm that your value is not worthy of display. You retreat from your own feelings and intuitions. This mindset can be corrected. Self-assertiveness carries the power to lift your self-esteem and remind you that you can control your own emotions. When you are not self-assertive, you avoid confrontation. You run from your fear. The only way to grow in this life is to lean in to your fear. And that is a habit I would like you to stay conscious of throughout your day. When the opportunity arises to do something that scares you, always recognize that it is in fact a growth opportunity. Choosing to experience something that makes you uncomfortable, anxious, or frightened forces you to cultivate your coping skills and learn to adapt to anything or anyone. It sounds terrifying, but the results are undeniable. When you choose to experience something uncomfortable, it won't be pleasant, but in that moment, you grow. You unconsciously and consciously recognize the proof that you leaned into your fear and didn't die. And the experience makes you grow stronger mentally. It builds confidence, and much like getting into a swimming pool, sometimes you're better off just plunging right in. Self-assertiveness tests you. I'm not recommending that you walk into a bar and start an argument with a stranger for the sake of developing your self-assertiveness. That would be dumb, of course. Also, it's important to distinguish between being assertive and being aggressive. You're not looking to attack someone with your confidence and conviction. You are looking to calmly and with a cool demeanor assert yourself in life. The key to this is believing in yourself and your intentions. Put yourself first and be your greatest ally. It is the most positive form of selfishness you can exhibit. Some people think that being assertive feels rude or uncomfortably aggressive. Here is how a less assertive you really comes across to others. When you are not self-assertive, you lean towards people-pleasing and seeking approval in a sacrifice of your own motives. This is a dishonest approach towards others. You place the importance of belonging over the importance of your own beliefs. And trust me, people can see right through that. Even if they don't realize it consciously, they are subconsciously triggered by your overly polite ways. Haven't you ever seen one of those people who just let others walk all over them? They would gladly take the shirt off their back to appease another. Isn't there just something a little pitiful about that? That awkward feeling when you see this is your subliminal understanding that this person has no self-respect and puts everyone above them. The other extreme, of course, is the bully archetype. Being assertive does not mean that you need to be inappropriately aggressive with people. Self-assertiveness does not mean that you disregard others in favor of your own agenda. That's arrogance. It means you will stand up for yourself, particularly in the face of adversity. You respect your own thoughts and opinions and service the world by contributing and not withholding your value. Being assertive means living authentically and presenting your true and honest convictions with others. It's that authenticity that is picked up by others that will draw people to you. Assert yourself unapologetically the next time you defend an argument. Assert yourself the next time you need to state what you want. Assert yourself with your body language. Show unapologetic confidence without even speaking. Assert yourself with facts rather than judgment. Assert yourself by making clear, direct requests to other people. Assert yourself by drawing boundaries with other people. The first step is understanding your feelings about a situation. This can only come from you, and it may take time to truly understand how you feel inside when triggered by different circumstances. Living consciously is a requirement for this step. Self-exploration is not on a static timeline. We continue to evolve and change how we feel about ourselves and others. Once you understand what is important to you, you can consider the outside influence on the situation and determine how you will approach your assertion. However you are asserting yourself, it is important that you are clear and concise with your intention. Being assertive is carried out best when communication does not create any confusion. Using assertiveness intelligently means you pay attention to the context of your situation and know when to stand your ground. Here are some very simple and pragmatic ways you can start developing your self-assertiveness immediately in daily life. Volunteering an idea. This can be as simple as picking what to eat for dinner. Volunteering an idea builds the habit of taking initiative. This will condition you to look within yourself and come up with your own answers. Volunteering an idea stimulates problem solving. It builds confidence in your ability to think and act independently. When you begin volunteering ideas in meetings, to friends, or through general ambition, you take an active role in your life. You assert your thoughts and deem them as worthy. You subliminally declare your own self-respect. Paying a compliment. Paying a compliment shows that you are secure enough to genuinely recognize and appreciate the good in others. When you assert yourself by paying someone a compliment, you want to make sure you have absolutely no feelings of seeking approval. That is not what this exercise is about. Paying a compliment is your gift to give, for no other reason than you genuinely feel the way you do, and it would benefit the person to know so. Paying a compliment can connect you with others when performed sincerely and with confidence. You assert your own opinion of that person directly to them without any concern for how they respond. You assert your feelings. This can be applied in a more abstract way too. When you have an opinion about something and it's a positive opinion, you should feel free to express that opinion publicly. Saying to a mixed group, "I really love that new movie," without knowing how anyone else feels about the movie, is a personal assertion. You are complimenting a piece of art with no regard for the opinions or responses of other people. In this act, you declare that your love is your own, and you choose confidently where you place that love. Refusing to patronize something offensive. In life, it's important that you pick your emotional battles wisely. Not every offense is worthy of your rigid concern. However, you should not patronize someone or something that goes directly against your principles of morality. Assert your moral compass and raise protest if necessary. Entertaining someone else's lack of integrity will bring both parties downward. You may think you're being overly stiff, but really, you're just being authentic. If a situation does not align with your values, then you would be inauthentic to patronize the other party. In every situation, you have a choice between being authentic and inauthentic. Choosing to convey how you truly feel inside about something without apology is a form of assertion. You assert your beliefs and values through your communication. That applies to both what you say and how you interpret what others say. There is always a choice. You are never at the mercy of sacrificing who you are for the benefit of others if you decide to put yourself first. Self-assertion can be exercised and integrated into your daily life through any number of acts. The mere act of asking questions is a form of assertion. You are demanding explanation. You subconsciously communicate that it is important for you to understand something because you have a voice to carry on the message. Challenging authority is a form of self-assertion. You certainly shouldn't break the law or antagonize your boss. However, challenging authority means removing self-imposed limits on your own place in this world. Just because you have a boss doesn't mean that you can't build your own business and be the boss. Just because you live at home with your parents doesn't mean you can't show them that you are a responsible adult. Just because everyone is telling you that your interests are a waste of time doesn't mean you should fold and conform to their expectations of you. You should pursue your interests and make them a part of your success story. Self-assertion against authority means reaching beyond our perceived limitations and having faith in our own ability to be responsible. This rebellion against authority builds our sense of self-efficacy. You can navigate this world just fine, and you don't need anyone else to show you how. The answer is in you. Trust your heart. Think for yourself and stand by your own beliefs. If this means educating yourself more, then start reading books and learn to fill in the gaps of your knowledge. Self-assertion is not mindless rebellion. You pick your battles and move towards the best interest of your overall self-esteem. You do this by often setting boundaries. Learn how to say no. In other modules, I discuss how the power of no can set you free to direct where your attention is best served. When you say no, you tell the other person or party that you are the leader of yourself. You will not be exploited by the requests of others. Assert your time. Assert the value of your time. It's important to have strong opinions. You don't have to voice those opinions most of the time. But when push comes to shove, it's often best for your self-esteem if you stick to your guns and oppose what you disdain. You should always remain open-minded. However, don't let others steer your mind to their own best interests. Decide in your mind not only what you are against, but more importantly, the values and virtues you stand behind and live for. It's easy to point the finger and criticize the world. It takes no effort to be negative. However, if your cultivation of self-assertiveness is going to be a positive experience, you'll want your assertions to stay on the positive side of the spectrum. Decide on where your time will most positively be rewarded. Think about how those rewards align with your overall picture of the world and what you want. Then start formulating ways to work towards that end. Assert yourself by taking action and forming your future. You are not here to live up to anyone else's expectations. Follow your heart, know your own truth, and pursue the path you believe in. Remember, only you are responsible for your assertiveness. It's no one's job to take it easy if you're having a low self-esteem kind of day. No one will look out for you but yourself. So it's important that you make each and every one of these pillars of self-esteem a daily goal to strive towards, especially in the face of adversity. You are on your own and responsible for your own existence. Bottom line, your needs and wants are important. Here's why. You are unique, and no one else on this planet can contribute that same gift of unique expression into the world but you. You count, and the consequences of your actions will ripple through the planet and hopefully leave it a better place when you're gone. But none of that can happen if you never actually assert yourself into this world. Self-assertiveness requires the noblest form of selfishness. That's because you acknowledge and embrace your ego and the importance it holds as true. Self-assertiveness is the engine which thrusts your ideas and cultivates your goal from the ether into reality. It is the unyielding stance to be heard and have an effect on the world. So many contributions are never given a chance to be born into this world due to a lack of zeal, enthusiasm, and belief on the part of their creators. You have the power to make a difference. Start working on your self-assertiveness right now through these strategies on a daily basis.